What's up, boys? It's Dre. Decided to film this quick YouTube video for you guys. As you see by the title, full breakdown on how to become a high ticket sales closer in 2026. Yes, 2026. This is the most updated guide to date. Bro, it's crazy. It's literally 1:50 p.m. right now. I'm already up 3.3K for the day. Let me show you this. Hold on. You can see earnings today, 3,300. Had to blur out my LLC, but yeah, not even 2 p.m. yet. Fucking crazy. And sales is everything, guys. Like, no matter what business model you choose, you're going to need to learn sales. It's a lifelong skill. You're always going to be a student of the game. And out of all the sales industries right now, high ticket sales is 100% the most profitable one. I've never seen this many people make so much money in such a small time frame. Fucking crazy. So you guys need to learn sales. If you learn sales, you're going to have a pretty good life. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, let's dive into it. First things first. What is high ticket sales, right? High ticket, anything that's $3,000 to $10,000 plus per sale. You're not selling products. This isn't e-com. You're selling transformations. You're selling coaching, courses, mentorship, etc. This is done remotely. It's laptop based, computer based, and it's a high income skill. Moving on, the high ticket sales machine, understanding the business model, right? So we have traffic, lead capture, and then the sales process. Let's break it down one by one. So first things first, content and attention. Purpose of content and attention is to attract attention and build trust through content. Creators post on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You guys know the spiel. The goal is to attract viewers and followers to your page. The easiest example of this that I'm going to use throughout this video is TJR, right? He'll post content like so. He'll post 20 reels a day. He attracts attention and he builds trust. What does TJR do after that? He captures the lead, right? So how does he do it? He does it through IG ads. Then it leads you to a VSL funnel. The purpose of this is to convert viewers and followers into data, right? So he wants your name, email, phone number to then qualify interest and book you for a closing call for his course. How does that look like? So TJR runs ads like so. If you're scrolling on Reels, you might get his ad. He's advertising his course. You click this learn more button. It brings you to this page. Let's check it out actually. Yep, so it brings you to this page. Click here to join. Bingo, right? Again, he wants your name, email, number. So wait, 872, blah, blah, blah. Fake number. Join the blueprint. Okay, you fill out your information. Bang. Now you have to watch a video.
This isn't just another day trading course. This is the day trading blueprint.
Blah, blah, blah. Right? You click get blueprint access. And then you have to fill out your application. Right? So first question, what do you think your biggest obstacle is? Being disciplined. Again, name, john.com. Okay. How old are you? 18 to 21. What would you hope to gain out of working with TJR directly? How to trade. Bang. Do you have an income source? Yes, I have an income source. Are you capable of investing into yourself right now? Yes, willing and able to invest. Submit. And then it brings you to, drumroll please, his calendar link. Right, so today is Sunday. We're able to book in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Let's say Monday, for example. I select the time, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Next, fill out my information and schedule a Zoom meeting with his team. So TJR is obviously not the one who's taking these strategy calls. He has a sales team. He has closers who close you for his course. I don't know how much this course is, but let's say it's $10,000. You hop on a call with them and they try to sell you his course. That's the high ticket sales machine. That's the whole business model. Very simple. Let's go back to the board, right? So again, just to summarize, TJR posts content, he attracts viewers, builds trust, and then one of these days you just see one of his ads pop up and you're like, you know what? I trust this guy. I always see him. Let me click the learn more button. Then you schedule a Zoom meeting with him and then you get closed for $10,000 for his course. I don't know how much his course is. I'm just giving you example numbers. After you book a Zoom meeting with his team, this is where the sales process begins. This is the heart of the funnel where revenue is generated. The process that converts interested leads into paying clients. Let's go over the sales process. Roles in the sales process, right? We have closers and we have setters. How do you get paid? As a closer, you get 10% commission typically, and as a setter, you get 5%. Easy math. Let's say TJR's course is $10,000. His closer will make $1,000 per sale, and his setter is going to make $500. Let's go over the two roles, right? So we have appointment setters and we have closers. As an appointment setter, your job is to qualify leads and book calls for closers. Setters are the first human interaction in the funnel. Example, after I book in that call, TJR setter is going to call me and he's going to be like, yo, Dre, saw you booked in with me for tomorrow. Saw you booked in with us for tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me ask you a couple of questions. That way we're all set and ready to go, right? The setter is the first human interaction in the whole funnel. Your task as a setter is to qualify leads via short conversations, 8 to 15 minutes long typically. You book sales calls directly into the calendar for the closer. Setter psychology. As a setter, you're not actually pitching the program. You're just pulling information out of the prospect. You're asking pain-oriented questions such as, what made you want to work with us? What's holding you back right now? So on and so forth. And then at the end of the call, you hand off to the closer with detailed context on who the prospect is. Core skills as an appointment setter. You need to have emotional intelligence and good tonality. You need to understand buyer psychology. You need to understand pain, desire, timeline. You got to be consistent, constantly dialing and speed to leads. So as soon as I book in with TJR, his setter is probably going to give me a call within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Speed to lead is everything as an appointment setter. Moving on, KPIs to track as an appointment setter. You want to make sure you're booking at least 3 to 7 calls per day and that 70 to 80% of the prospects are showing up to those calls. Moving on to the closer. Your job as the closer is to convert qualified prospects into paying clients. So typically it's done over Zoom or Google Meet. Let's keep moving forward. You should be conducting 3 to 6 sales calls per day. On average, they're 45 minutes long. Pre-call review, I like to read my setter's notes. That way I know who the prospect is and kind of his current situation. And then your other job as a closer is to follow up on guys who don't show up to the calls and lost deals. Moving on, call structure, right? This is the framework I use for all of my sales calls. So first is the greeting, easy to understand. Hey, John, how's your day been? Blah, blah, blah. Then the yes or no decision frame. This is super important. I always set a yes or no decision frame. That way at the end of the call, I get either a yes or a no on whether or not they're joining the program or not. Then I have my discovery. The discovery is the longest part of the sales call, right? My discoveries are typically 25 to 40 minutes long. After the discovery, program pitch. Hey, we do X, Y, and Z. You'll be meeting with TJR 3 times per week, whatever his mentorship details are. After you go over the program, I price drop. The price of the program is going to be $10,000. Done. And then you close the deal, right? And then you objection handle if needed. If you get objections, you got to handle them. This is my call structure for every single one of my sales calls. Core skills as a closer. Tonality and emotional control, guys. Deep listening and pattern recognition. Objection pre-handling, right? You want to make sure before you price drop, their belief and identity is set on them buying, right? So if they have any limiting beliefs, you have to pre-handle that. That way you don't get any bullshit objections that pop up at the end of the call. Also, having a leadership mindset, right? Guiding, not convincing. You want to make sure you have authority. I always like to use the analogy of you're the doctor, they're the patient. You have the authority in the conversation. They're the patient, they're coming to you for help because their arm is broken, right? So you as a doctor have to prescribe the proper medication and a surgery if needed. So make sure when you're talking to people, you don't put yourself on the same level as them authority-wise. You always have authority in the conversation. KPIs to track, right? The most important thing is the close rate. You want to be closing at least 25% of your prospects. The highest close rates for top performers is 50% plus. Moving on. High ticket sales math. Let's just go over this real quick, guys. I want to show you how quickly you can make money in this industry. So let's say you're a setter and you book 5 calls a day. That's about 150 calls a month, right? 5 times 30 is 150. Out of those 150 calls, 38 deals will close at the bare minimum 25% close rate. Each deal, let's say it's not $10,000, let's say it's $5,000. With a 5% commission, you're earning $9,500 per month. Again, very average numbers. And as a closer, if you take 5 sales calls a day, that's about 150 calls a month. Out of those, around 38 deals closed, 25% close rate, very average, like bottom of the barrel close rate. Each deal is worth $5,000, and with a 10% commission, that's $19,000 plus, $19,000 a month in earnings, excuse me. Like I always say, high ticket sales is just math. If you know how many calls you're taking per day, if you know what your close rate is, if you know how much the program costs, it's very easy to figure out something we call OTE, right? OTE is on target earnings. You'll see some of my guys post like, hey, I just hopped on an 8K OTE offer. That means their projected on target earnings are around $8,000. So yeah, I mean, this is high ticket sales math. Let's keep going. Okay, how do we land a solid high ticket offer, right? How do we land a role? That way we can start setting or closing. So offer owners usually hire in one of two ways. Number one is a proven track record. So if you've already closed 500K plus in sales on another high ticket offer, there's a good chance you're gonna get hired by another good offer owner because you have experience and you have the reputation. If you're not experienced, if you're a beginner, option number two, they find you through a friend, referral, or a sales training program. Legit offer owners don't hire randoms. They go straight to places that produce top closers. Exactly why I built Psycho Closers. Talk about it in a minute. Yes, those are really your two ways of getting hired by a really good offer owner. How do you get better in high ticket sales? You have to role play and get real feedback, right? So joining communities, having buddies who are also in the industry is super important. That way you could always sharpen your blade. Like I said, join communities where you can practice daily, record your calls, study your mistakes, and fix them next time. That's how you level up fast. Acceptance, right? This is more spiritual. This is you right now, okay? And this is you where you want to be, let's say 30K plus per month in commissions. As you see, the 30K plus per month guy, the future you, he's bigger. I purposely made him bigger. He's bigger, faster, stronger. And this all depends on these three things, right? So your current actions, your current thinking process, your current habits are keeping you down here. Without changing your actions, your thoughts, and your habits, you're never going to be this guy. The only way to make money in the external world, let's say right now you're at 5K per month. You're not going to get to 30K per month being the same person. You have to accept that where you are right now is not good. It's not where you want to be. It's unacceptable, actually. If you want to get to that 30K per month goal, you have to accept that your current actions, your current thinking patterns, and your current habits are not good. Because the only way you're going to get to this person right here, to becoming this guy, is if you change your internal being, right? So before you make more money in the external world, you have to change who you are as a person. And you have to accept that. 99% of people are in denial, guys. They don't like constructive criticism. They think who they are right now. They think they're the shit. Everybody's ego is through the roof nowadays. You need to accept that the guy who you are right now is not in a good position. And that's step one of moving the needle forward and becoming the person who you really want to be. Again, I just gave you guys a full breakdown on what high ticket sales is, how to get started, and how to get better. Taking the next step, like we just talked about, accepting where you are right now is not good. How do we take that next step so we could be making the commissions we want to be making? I created a group. It's called Psycho Closers. I train you, and then I place you on an offer where you can start making these types of commissions. So in the description, I'll have an application link below that I want you to fill out, and we'll see if we're a good fit for each other. I hope this gave you a really good breakdown on what high ticket sales is, how to get in, and how to make money in this space, and how easy it is to make money in this space. It's just math. Like we talked about, it's just math. So if you're serious about getting into high ticket sales, if you've been waiting for a while, you need to finally take action. Because if you don't do anything, you're going to be in the same position you've always been in and the position you're in right now. The only way to change is by taking that next step forward. So like I said, if you want to work with me directly, my application is linked below. Check it out, fill it out, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys.